Here we go to Mexico. And just like that, mile number 1 is done. How ironic.
That's right.
We are
We're going.
1 mile into the PCT, even though we've been out here for 3 days. For lunch, I don't really know, this. I got pepperoni, pepper jack string cheese, a layer of potato chips, and some sun-dried tomatoes. We're back to where we were yesterday during our lunch break, and once again, the mosquitoes are horrible, but I have this weird hidden talent where I get bit by mosquitoes and nothing happens. I never get a bug bite, they never get itchy. I've maybe had a couple in my life that actually do. Just wet our face. Now we're eating snow cones. Oh my God.
It's a mountaintop delight.
This is so good. There's been a lot of sections like this today where you do not want to slip because there's absolutely no way you'd stop yourself and you'd go tumbling down.
Okay. Who goes next?
Found a morel mushroom. Definitely going to chop this up and put it in my dinner tonight. It is day 2 officially. And I'm probably not going to record as much just because y'all have already seen all of this. Our goal is to make it to Hart's Pass today, where we're going to pick up the rest of our food, probably camp there, and then continue on tomorrow. Feeling really good. I can't believe we actually did an 18.2 mile day yesterday. Now, 7 of those was slack packing, which means our packs are really light. But I'm still so surprised that I did so well and felt so good. I think I'm in heaven. Minus the mosquitoes. So we can't really check the weather out here because we are in some of the most remote parts of the country where there's absolutely no cell phone service. So we can't check the weather. So we get really good at reading the sky. And I think I'm keeping my eye on a couple different storms. There's this one behind me, and then this one right here. And I hear thunder. I'm in like beautiful weather right now, but based on how the clouds are moving, I might get hit. So I'm trying to make it to camp pretty quickly. I only have a couple miles left and I am tired. I'm feeling it, but I think I'm gonna make it. 1 mile from camp, and I think I'm gonna outrun this storm. Woohoo! You guys, this is an ant empire. I don't know if you could see, but there's thousands of ants moving all of those sticks and creating a temple of some sort. We just picked up our food that was still in the bear box, and we just raided this hiker box and got so much good stuff. This is expensive. And there's so many of them. I also got some mac and cheese,
Walnuts are expensive.
Walnuts, some Pop-Tarts, breakfast essentials. I mean, you literally could hike this whole trail and never have to buy food.
We're just dumpster diving.
Basically, like, the fabric just runs and it creates like what's called like a ladder, and it's just like tiny
Oh, yeah,
little holes
yeah.
the whole way up.
It is the morning of our official day 3, even though we've been out here for 5 days. And we're hoping that by tomorrow night, we'll be able to hitch a ride back into Mazama, where we're gonna stay at the hostel we initially stayed at before we even started. And I'm so excited because I am ripe. I am so ready for clean clothes and a shower, and the biggest thing I can get at the bakery. Our goal is to do 15 miles today and 16 tomorrow, where we're gonna hitch a ride from Rainy Pass into town. So it's about 31 miles away. I'm also excited because this is our first day of all new territory. Water's supposed to be coming up soon, but I don't have the map, so I have to wait for parks. The mosquitoes are so bad. I am like fully covered in my rain gear right now, and they're still somehow getting me. I just got service for the first time in 5 days, and I literally got emotional this morning just imagining talking to my parents tomorrow night, because that's when I thought I would get service. But then I started getting messages and I immediately called my parents, and it was just, you have a whole new appreciation for your support system, for your friends, for your family out here, and just the encouragement. Like, it really hits home out here. I'm so jealous of your pants.
I love my pants.
Not a bad spot for lunch. It's raining. I always like hiking in the rain, to be honest. It's kind of fun. I am soaked because this is how overgrown the trail is, and everything is so wet. It's like I am going through a car wash.
Walking in the rain.
Hey, bear. I just ran into a bear. He was big, and it stood up, and I didn't see it until about 10 feet away. Oh my gosh, I am shaking like a leaf.
Just chilling.
Is he gone?
He's just up there.
You see him still?
No.
I'm so glad you were right behind me, Parks. Oh my gosh. I'm a little scared. You think he's gone? He wasn't afraid of me.
I don't think he's mean. He just wants to eat all of our food. So that's what I have on us.
Every time there's thunder, I think this bear is charging me. My hands are shaking so much. It was a big cinnamon bear, so it was like light brown, big. And I was looking down at my feet, and all of a sudden I look up, and there's a bear standing about 15 feet tall, and he's just looking at me. It's like we have fresh legs. After that bear encounter, I'm so full of adrenaline I can hike a 30 right now. Let's go! We made it to camp and immediately set up the tent.
Dry.
And we're trying to get dry, but everything is saturated. And I think it's going to stay that way for a while. At least no mosquitoes.
Yeah,
Everything is saturated. Nothing dried overnight.
He just like did it, and now
And
he's
it's
gonna go
time
like,
to put on some wet
rain.
shoes.
Yeah. Did you see Free Solo?
Love it. It's town day! Woo, woo, woo! So excited to get all my clothes dry. Yesterday was one of those days where you're just like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I doing this? Bushwhacking in the rain for like 4 hours and you're completely soaked and you're cold and you had a bear encounter, so you're just singing, I'm singing in the rain as loud as you can, not knowing if you want to laugh about it or cry. And now we're laughing about it. Made it on top of the pass, but we are not staying because the mosquitoes are so bad. You can't even sit still. Weather changes in an instant out here. And we don't care, we're hungry, so we're just gonna eat lunch on top of this mountain that's completely exposed. Priorities. Eating. There's a storm a-brewing right behind me. I'm on top of a mountain right now. There's nowhere really for me to go, but I'm not too nervous about it. I've been keeping an eye on it, and all I'm seeing is rain, and all I'm hearing is thunder. No lightning, so I'm not too worried about it. But we're 6 miles away from town, so if I get wet, whatever. I officially hear cars, which means they're close to town. Slight drizzle for the last few hours. Thunder rolling through these mountains, pretty cool. But what's not cool is Parks's shin started hurting, and pretty positive it's because he hiked in his camp shoes for a couple miles this morning. But luckily we're only like a mile away, and then he can rest it and get all better. Right?
That's right.
Nope. Rejected.
Close the only road that isn't this the only road that comes in?
It's always so weird to see myself in a mirror after not looking at myself at all, other than the camera. I'm pretty dirty. I think I'm gonna go shower now. Oh yeah. This meal is sponsored by Carpentrekkers from Third Day Market. Swag daddy. That is a look.
Yeah, tell me about it. Because I saw a way wider shot than was given to me. It seems like maybe it's Super 35 or something. Kind of annoying, but like I also have the same issue with other.
When they would come walking through, they would
Stick
walk
to their path.
There's a certain path, and they go.
Feels so good to be back on trail. I always get so overstimulated after spending too much time in town, and it's almost like I just crave being out here. But I had to be very patient because Parks needed some time off to heal and recover from, he's got like a tight muscle next to his shin. And so we're just wanting to get back on the trail, and even if we only do like 2 miles today, we're happy. Well, we took a solid Nero and did a whopping 2.5 miles. And no one's in pain, and that's the most important part. Parksy made me breakfast in bed today. I was just telling Parks how I literally would be okay if we never got a hotel at all on this trail, because I sleep so comfortably in here and I'm just so warm. It's just a game changer. Oh, also, these guys are like little sleeping bags for my feet because my feet always get cold, and I decided to pack these instead of sleeping socks, and it was the best decision I ever made, even though I look like a horse. So a huge part of the trail culture are trail angels, and I've been kind of blown away by Lion and Raven, who run the Lion's Den Hostel in Mazama. And we got to hang out with them yesterday for a little bit, and I just felt like I need to share their story because it's such a cool story. Lion, in 2015, never even heard about long trails. And I'd say she's probably in her 60s now. But anyways, her daughter decided to hike the JMT in 2015, and Lion didn't know anything about trails at that time, and she was a nervous wreck, and she would constantly check where her daughter was on the trail. And then she started looking at satellite photos and seeing like what kind of terrain her daughter was hiking through, and she became enamored by just this whole concept of like backpacking. And while her daughter was out there, she saw that there was another trail called the Pacific Crest Trail that intersected it a lot, and she asked her daughter about that trail, and that's how she heard about the PCT. So she just started researching and looking up all of these different things about the trail, and then she decides that she was going to start section hiking it. So she's already done over, I think she's got 1,000 left to do on the trail, and she's just a beast of a woman. She really is. And when she was out on the trail, she experienced trail magic and trail angels, and she just knew that she wanted to be a part of it. And so a couple years ago, she took over the Lion's Den Hostel and has just become the queen of trail angels up here. Like, she just has done such an incredible job and was so impacted by the trail that she just knew it had to be a part of her life forever. A little sketchy. Just ran into another bear, but I feel like we were more prepared this time because we just ran into a couple who'd warned us about him, and he was pretty far off the trail, so it wasn't at all scary. And we were a lot more prepared. But this couple, one of them, I noticed something was wrong because the guy was carrying 2 packs and the girl did not look good. And I was like, is everything okay? And she was really sick. And luckily, my twin sister gave me some nausea pills before I got on the trail, so I gave her some. So, Sissy, you really helped her out. Good job. I know, it's scary. Look at this massive tree. Wow. That's by far the biggest we've seen so far. Very tempted to jump in right now. So I got these gnarly, like, it feels like razor burn. Like, it feels almost like a sunburn. It's this rash, and I have it on my calves, and they really burn, and I'm not sure what it is. So if anyone knows, let me know. I feel safe with Stan around.
Stan, don't go over there.
Oh my gosh.
Bears are black bears are a little timid, so. not too aggressive at all.
Made it to Stehikin! Woo! Wow, how do places like this exist?
If I sleep, that's my thing. If I, yeah, you know what? That when I woke up at the lion's den, alright, like. Yep. I have a phone. Take a photo.